Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, and you're amazing. This is an episode you are going to love. We're going to relish the sweet taste of victory for one whole year because, Tim, assault weapons bans got kicked right in the goods. They are out the door. They are gone. I'm sure it has nothing to do with current events. Spoiler alert, yes, it does. Everything that we're about to show you, please let us know what you guys think. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And with that, Tim, listen, bud, I'm going to need some sarcasm, some celebratory humor. Because Colorado, the big bastion, the blue push, they just got kicked right in the nuts. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say goods anymore.
And yeah, they got kicked in the yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the groin.
Pelotas?
Yeah. Oh, wow. So anyway, yeah. It seems like these initiatives are failing all over the place. And honestly, Colorado has done this radical shift far left, right? It used to be
big time.
A fairly conservative state years ago. And now it's I think what we're seeing is a lot of the lunatics that, infest California, they're sick of their living circumstances there that they've created for themselves. And so they've spread into other neighboring states and as far east as Colorado, in Austin, Texas, and other places, formerly fairly conservative areas. And then they go about setting up the exact same broken systems of government that they were flinging. And that's what they're doing now in Colorado. So they had enough of California, so they moved to Colorado, and they're turning Colorado into California. They're brilliant people. I mean, they truly are. These are our finest. But anyway, and of course that's sarcasm. So it's only natural that they'd bring their gun banning aspirations from California and transplant those as well into Colorado. And that's what we have here. And they, like you said, just got kicked in the jimmy. Oops, sorry. Reality kicked you in the junk. It's
not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Yeah, but it's the blue bastion. It's the front. It's the forward operating base. That's what the left has taken over. They went in. They took over 2 cities, and then they got the dominant force. And then they started enacting gun bans across the freaking board, as much gun control as they could get.
Yeah,
that's the way it happened.
It is.
But not today. but not today, Tim.
Yeah, today they lost, and I'm sure there's much, gnashing of the teeth and.
Gnashing? And I love gnashing. It's one of my favorite words.
And they're clutching their pearls today. Their poor pearls.
I appreciate your use of that prop right there.
You gotta, you just kind of roll them through your hands, and that just makes you feel better when you're clutching your pearls.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like a rosary approach, but that's okay.
Yeah. But the pearls are much more powerful.
Oh wow!
When you're a leftist lunatic,
sacrilegious.
Well, they have no religion. They're leftists. They're godless. So anyway.
Can we yank this real quick right back?
Oh, did I say that out loud? I was just thinking that. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
I have no filter.
Oh my gosh, it's not. They're not religionless. They have climate change anyway
and government. Yeah,
that's right. So, Dr. Slides, before we go on, can we get an Eagle of Freedom? I think we need one. Yes, That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, let me show you what happened here, Tim. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that SCOTUS is taking up this conversation right now in about 7 days, or 8 days rather. I'm sure it has nothing to do with that. Well, here we go. This is number 8, Doctor. An effort to ban the sale and transfer of so-called assault weapons in Colorado will come to an end Tuesday, at least for this year. And that is an important point, at least for this year. Because they're going to come back, because this is a sacred cow for the people who don't have the religion except climate change. This is a sacred cow for sure. But listen to what the main sponsor of the bill said, Tim. I think some of this is very fascinating what she said here. This is number 9. The main sponsor of the bill is Democratic Senator Julie Gonzalez of Denver. In a text message to CPR News, not even a phone call or a quote, just a text message, Gonzalez said that she will ask for it to be voted down in committee on Tuesday, an action known as legislative jargon as postponing indefinitely, which I like. But it is postponing, so I'm sure they'll come back. After thoughtful conversations with my Senate colleagues, I'm sure, I decided that more conversations need to take place outside of the pressure cooker of the Capitol during the last weeks of the legislative session, wrote Gonzalez. Does that sound like political covering to you?
Oh my gosh, that is the lamest excuse I've ever heard. I think it's more likely that we just got told we're about to get drugged through the courts kicking and screaming. The SCOTUS is about to completely destroy this before it even gets to the governor's desk for a signature. So we're going to stop for now and see how this plays out.
That's
all this is.
That's how I read this. And that's how I read this 100%.
And while I celebrate these small victories in the ongoing war for our rights, never, ever, ever will these people stop. No matter how many times we set them back, they're just going to regroup and come back at us. This is going to continue forever. So while we shut the bill down this time, it will come back. And there will be another attempt to pass something at the federal level. This is going to continue. That's just why, you got to just tell yourself, we're never going to win this fight definitively. It's going to go on my entire life. And I need to teach my kids how to fight this fight. And then they need to teach their kids.
Until SCOTUS acts.
Right.
Unless SCOTUS acts.
But even if the SCOTUS acts, they're not going to stop. They're going to continue
they'll go
every
somewhere
avenue
else.
they can.
They'll just move their focus.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just a war of attrition. They hope to wear us all down and finally get some victories. But right now they're getting shut down and stuffed at every turn.
That's not going to work. We're more impassioned. We're more ingrained. No,
well, the pendulum's going the other way. They had their window. They squandered it, and now it's coming back the other way. So
exactly. And they went too far too fast.
Yep.
100% agree.
Yep.
Well, I got something funny for you. I think you'll enjoy this. Listen to this quote. I mean, I love the word choices here. Democratic Representative Meg Froelich of Denver, interesting how Denver again, is sponsoring several gun bills this session with Sullivan this session. I read that the way it was. It's worded weird. Sorry. She acknowledged the ban is a thorny policy.
You think?
It's thorny. It's prickly. I think it has always had a difficult path because the arguments against a ban are policy arguments, but the arguments for it are from the heart.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Emotion.
Emotional damage. The reality of the upper chamber where there's a significant number of folks who don't agree with the policy. Wait a minute, Tim.
People in the Senate don't like it. She
didn't just say what we've been saying about people who are actually policy-based and constitutionally based don't agree with it, but it's from the heart, Tim.
Right.
It's from the heart.
I mean, their arguments against it are, constitutional and policy based. Their arguments are nutty. I mean, and of course we're coming from the heart, so we mean well, and our intentions are sound. Theirs are evil because it's all about that stupid constitution written by guys wearing powdered white wigs. I mean, who wants anything to do with them anymore?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's but it's coming from the heart, folks. So I mean, that's good policy. Always comes from the heart. Yeah,
because it's all right here. It's all
idiots.
Everything right.
I know
the aortic pump right here. Yeah. So I love when they just come out and say it. I mean, like when a lot of the time they go down the very vague language of well, it's about saving lives, and if we can save one life, effective common sense gun regulations really will have a positive outcome on our overall benefit of a public sector. And then here they're like, yeah, nah, it's against policy and stuff, but it's from the heart. So who doesn't love heart stuff? It's like, guys, you're doing it wrong.
I know. At least they said it out loud again. I don't know if their drugs are wearing off. I mean, it seems like the Democrats are the gun grabbing Democrats are always outing themselves as of late. They admit
it's been a thing recently.
Yeah.
It really has been.
Maybe they think that they have the political capital, but clearly they don't if they're backing off this legislation. So I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they don't think. It's just sometimes you struggle as a thinking person trying to understand those that have don't have two brain cells to rub together.
I'm sure they think, and I'm sure they have two brain cells. We can't assume their brain cell count, Tim. That is mean and rude, and it's from the heart. And I mean that.
I have a word for what they are. Can I say it?
Don't you do it.
No.
Don't you do it.
All right, never mind.
We've already pushed the limit enough with the religion and the climate change comments earlier. We are on our quota for this video of inflammatory content.
Okay.
We got to keep it clean, Tim. Keep our nose
it's clean, but it's not politically correct. But neither am I.
Well,
so.
Tomato,
yeah.
potato. This day and age, if you're not politically correct, you're not clean.
Yeah.
So
your heart tells you I should probably not say anything. So let's move on.
My heart speaks. Yes, my heart speaks.
Go with
you
your
shouldn't
emotion.
say it. Exactly. My heart is the guiding light of this channel. That's right. My heart is actually the HR department. Yeah. So Tim,
yes.
I got one more thing for you, and I do like this, and I got to give some credit where credit's due because I love to see some locally focused groups actually taking effect.
Bake sale?
Something.
The Hillary Clinton bake sale?
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
No, not that.
Oh.
Nothing with Hillary Clinton is wholesome.
Oh.
Here we go. So this is 11. See, you got me. Almost got me again. My heart was speaking. It's dead. We've officially killed the 2024 assault weapons ban. Thank you all for your hard work and activism to make this happen, said a social media post from Rocky Mountain Gun Owners, a Second Amendment advocacy organization. The group said they made over 65,000 calls and sent over 150,000 emails to oppose the totalitarian measure. And on a personal note, I believe there was around 200,000 petitions actually signed as well. So the reason that I throw this in here, they do deserve some credit on this.
Yeah.
But this is the power, man. a lot of people on the gun rights side of the fight kind of think that we're overwhelmed and we don't have as much power as we genuinely do. There are more of us than there are of them.
Yeah.
They're just hyper solidified. That's all they are. I mean, the media looks at them, gives them an amplifier, but honest to God, they are not as big as they want you to think that they are, and we are not as weak as they want us to think that we are.
Right.
Hey, I said all those right.
Well, what's interesting is, they claim that they have the numbers that.
100%.
If we were to have true democracy and we held a vote today, 51% or more would vote to get rid of guns. But the reality is, there are more guns in this country than there are people. And we are the exception, not the rule. We being you and I, and those that are watching this channel right now, we tend to be single issue voters. You can have the best policies in the world, but if you're staunchly anti-gun or even a little anti-gun, I am not interested in you as a candidate anymore. Right?
John Cornyn.
So, but not everybody thinks that way. So there are plenty of gun owners out there that guns aren't their single voting issue, that they may still vote for a candidate if they're a little bit anti-gun, but as long as they don't go too far. And so this is what they're running into. When they go for these big grabs for guns like this, they start to tick off the people that aren't single issue voters, but care enough to get animated and say, no, you're not taking my AR-15 I bought last year. Right. So
that's exactly correct.
And so that's what's happening here. They're starting to realize they really don't have the majority, and they're starting to activate the people they really don't want to activate coming up into an election cycle
against them.
Right.
Against them.
So,
that's the thing.
Against them. And so I think that plays into this as well. Right. They're looking at a potential loss of a major federal election and perhaps even some state stuff. I don't know what's going on at the state level in Colorado, but I think that plays into this as well. Right. This is all political jockeying, trying to do damage control because they went too far, and I think they realized
the pendulum.
Yep.
I think you're going to see a pendulum election. I cannot predict what's going to happen with Trump and Biden. Like, I'm not even, like, no one can.
No.
There's no point of even trying.
No.
But I do believe that there's a little bit more ability to predict what's going to happen on state and local legislation. I think you're going to see a swing to the right.
I was thinking about this. Actually today, and with Trump, he's kind of a unique candidate in that we saw this in 2016, where in polling he wasn't doing well against Biden, right? I'm sorry, Hillary Clinton. He wasn't doing well against Hillary Clinton. But then when the election hit, I mean, the stunned looks of all the far left news media outlets when he won, they were like, "How did this happen?" Because the polling data was way off. Well, why was the polling? But why was the polling data way off? The polling data was way off because people, if you go up to a complete stranger, Trump has been so demonized, people tend to agree with his conservative policies. Not all of them, but majority of them. And they don't want to say to a complete stranger on the phone, yes, I support Trump, for fear of the backlash. So the easy way out is just say, no, I'm not voting for him. And so we saw that in 2016, which threw the polls off. Well, now we have polling data that is neck and neck in almost all the states. And in the battleground states, Trump is polling a little bit higher in most of them. So if that same effect happens again, because now he's even more demonized, has even more baggage that he's carrying, I guarantee you, if he's polling that well now, there's a good chance that the closet Trump supporters are really going to throw things over. That means the Biden supporters are really going to have to stuff some ballots, folks.
Whoa. Hold on. My heart just spoke. My heart was just screaming.
Was the heart screaming there?
What he meant, my heart was screaming. Let me hold on. HR is on the line. Yeah, okay, I got it. So it turns out he was talking about Thanksgiving turkey.
Ballot stuffing turkey, yes.
Yes, ballot stuffing turkeys. It was for the betterment of the delicious food for enjoyment of all.
Polls predict polls are predicting that Joe Biden is going to win by 400 million votes in a nation of
400 million.
In a nation of 330 million people.
Yep. Thanks. Hey, you know what? I appreciate it. We veered off with that turkey discussion around that Thanksgiving offering. The cranberry sauce got in the way there for a second, but I'm glad we corrected.
Yes.
Because obviously, Tim, you said it. I mean, he's obviously going to win by 400 quadrillion votes.
Right.
I mean,
800 million, folks, the most popular president in history.
Yes.
Of course, we're making fun of the 2020 election, folks. So for the YouTube moderators out there that are pulling their purple hair out, just stop. It's a joke. Anyway,
I don't even see why they pulled their hair out, because we clearly clarified that it was about turkey. I don't understand the issue.
I know.
Like, I mean, I think we're onto something, honestly, and I'm actually kind of hungry for stuffing.
Yeah,
that you were talking about.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you go find the stuffing. I'll go find the turkey. We'll stuff that bird. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, comment down
I don't know
below.
what to do with that.
What do you think of this assault weapons ban? And are you happy or not that Colorado finally shut the door on it, at least for 2024? And that's good news. Anyway, thanks for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.